Hi Fancy Beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be doing a pretty exciting video. So I feel like this is actually going to be a really good, informative video. Okay, so for some reason I didn't even say what I was going to do in the video. So I'm going to be giving you guys realistic year 11 advice for those of you who are going into year 11. Keep on my side, not dropping through. I'm pretty early to this, which I think is a good thing, because in quarantine right now, like, everyone's just like looking for things to watch and, you know, actually kind of looking forward to go back to school. Sounds a bit mad. Maybe you were just that good that you were just looking for advice for going to year 11 in quarantine right now. Little history of me. So I just left year 11 of why did I sound so posh? I just left year 11. Of course, I did not take my GCSEs. Middle part or side? I feel like middle's more like, boom, I'm here. Although I just painted my nails, they're white. They make me look tan. Anyway, we have no notes or anything. This is just all organic coming off the top of my head. How we do it in here. When you first go into year 11, so you're coming from year 10 obviously, then you would have started your GCSEs in either year 9 or year 10. From my experience and like my friends as well, we were all nervous to go into our lessons. Now, if you're anything like my school, the lessons are very similar. You're with the same class, the same people, like your lessons that you've been doing your GCSE with for 3 to 2 years. That's nothing new, but it's just the thought of going into year 11 that kind of baffles you. Scared my work's going to get harder, I don't want to go into class, stuff like that. But year 11's even scarier because you're like, oh, hold up, I'm actually like going into the top year, like this is getting serious now, and I actually have to work really hard. Over time you actually get used to it. Like, sometimes it's actually scary because while you're just in like 6 months into the year, you're just like, it feels like every other day, and it's kind of scary because you need to realise that you're taking your GCSEs. But on the first day, everyone is just a bit nervous. Don't worry about the work. It's literally going to be the same as year 10. Like, every other year, it like gradually gets harder. It's not, they're not going to be like, whoa, here's loads of hard work, do it. They're not going to be like that. I'm not just going to say this from my perspective as well, like all my friends as well. It's mad, like it doesn't even sink in. Like, even when we were about to go like nearly to our GCSEs, when we left, it was like 2 months before our GCSEs, we were like, this hasn't sunk in, like we're actually doing our GCSEs, we're growing up, we're going to college, like we're actually leaving school. It's just a mad thought, and you won't actually realise the mad thought after you've left, I feel like, and you're just like, man, I'm actually leaving school, like I'm actually getting out of this place, because you've been in education for 10 years. Another tip for you guys, homework, just do it, just get it out the way, you know, because then you know that you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so this is coming from I'm kind of a sweat, well, I'm not sweat, I just like to try my best. I know that I've tried my best. So, I always done my homework. I recommend you to do your homework, even though it's like not the end of the world if you don't, just to know that for yourself that you've tried your best and you've put in that effort and the teachers can see that. Just for like your mentality, just do your homework. Well, maybe it's just me that stresses out way too much about doing my homework. Also, revision. Now, I want to give like realistic advice. I'm not gonna like be those YouTubers that start revising like as soon as possible as you get into the year. That is very true. You should really, like, I wish I'd done that, but I didn't revise till nearly the end, so maybe it's good this whole thing happened. I'm not gonna, you know, say it is until I get my results, but I didn't revise in the winter, you know, when it's like Christmas time, you know, like December in the beginning of the year, like that's like 3 months in. I can't do maths. Worried for my maths GCSE. Just before we left, I was gonna like start proper revising for my GCSEs 2 months before the exams, and not gonna lie, I was panicking because what I done is I procrastinated way too much, because I was like, I've left it too soon. And all throughout the year, even like near the beginning of the year, I kept on saying this, I've left it too soon, it's too late, Like, I have so much work to do, I have all this workload, all this GCSE content that I have to do, and it's too late, so what's the point starting? And I've done that all the way through, basically, all the year. And if I just done it, like, when it wasn't too late, but then I kept on saying it was too late because I thought I already failed because I just didn't revise when I should have. Just do it. Forget about what you've done. This was my mentality before the end of the year when I was worrying about not doing enough revision. Just do it. Don't worry what you've done in the past. What happens has happened. You just have to work on the present and forget about the past. When I first came into year 11, my motivation for revision was very bad, or for studying, whatever you want to call it. Although it isn't the most content, the GCSE books are about this thick. The sooner the better, and they're all going to say that to you. All the teachers will say that to you until it kicks in near the time, and you'll be like, oh, I should listen to them. It's up to you, okay? Like, if you want to suffer nearer the time and cram that all in and not get the best results, go for it. But come on, you want the best, so don't put that on yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do what I've done. I spent so long talking about that, but I think that is a really big part of year 11, to be honest, is about obviously studying, like, yeah. But of course you need to balance your, you know, if you do sports or etc. that you do, a month or two before the GCSEs start, maybe start cutting it down a bit. You need a healthy balance, so just making that clear. You need a healthy balance, okay? Otherwise you're not going to feel at ease. You also see a shift in people, like maybe some kids didn't behave before as you're doing your mocks and stuff like that, that people actually, like, if they didn't get the results they want, they actually start getting upset. People that you wouldn't expect, or they just change their attitude and they actually show feelings towards their grades and wanting to work hard. Now obviously I feel like the 2 months that I wasn't there for, I feel like people would have really shifted in those 2 months even more, but I obviously wasn't there, but I did still see a shift in people. And I feel like behaviour, like compared to like last year, is going to change more. A bit more serious, you'll have more like silent moments in the classroom. That's for me anyways, this is from my personal experience. I don't want you to think like year 11, oh, year 11, like that's scary. It's literally, it feels like every other year, just that you're taking your test. Also, another tip, please stay the heck out of drama. I am a drama free zone. I hate drama, I don't want to get involved in it. I'll watch it, I'm not going to lie. I do like listening to a bit of drama, looking at a bit of drama, you know what I mean? But don't get involved in the drama, okay? The last thing you want to do in year 11 is get involved in drama, because you're going to go home and you're going to be thinking about it while you could be studying or something. Don't do that. It's just a waste of your time. Final. In college, you also don't have time for that. Just learn now rather than later. There was definitely still drama in year 11, but, you know, just don't get involved in it. There's still going to be drama, there always is at secondary school. What else have I got to say? Work your hardest in class as well. As well as studying, you need to work hard in lesson. Actually pay attention, especially if they're giving out things like resources, going over exam questions, giving you like advice, going through the papers, whatever. Take that into account, take it home. This is not what I've done, but you know, take it home, look for it, ask your parents, especially if they're like some maths geniuses or something. Quick little tip that I forgot to mention as well is that for subjects that you don't really get along with or you're not really good at, for me it was maths, I used to remember the method, so this is more for science and maths I guess, remember the method of the equation or whatever it was and go home and practice it. So you understand then practice. Before I actually went into year 11, I actually had what do you call, I had like basically no idea about GCSEs, like, so I've learnt this content in year 9, but I need to put that away for a bit later, and I'm going to actually get back to it in year 11 and it's going to be in the test. I know, that's probably just me. Please know that if you didn't know that, the work that you've done in the past is going into your final test. Get those AQA books. those GCSE ones, they have all the content that you need to know. Revise off that and you can pass. This is just like a little tip as well. I didn't have a lot of knowledge about college. See that rhyme? I basically, since I was young, I don't know what I wanted to do. I have like other YouTube videos now if you want to know, like me discussing that. I have no clue what to do at college. I'm still a bit iffy, not gonna lie. I'm still deciding between two things: fashion and travel and tourism. I think it's a bit extensive going in the beginning of year 10 to go to college, like open evenings and stuff. But year 11, in the beginning of the year, definitely start looking at open evening, get the ideas of all the options: A levels, vocational levels, apprenticeships, stuff like that, because I had no knowledge of that till like maybe halfway through the year, and it's a huge advantage if you already know about A levels. You don't need to know what you want to do in the beginning of the year. I feel like it's fine, it's completely normal, not a lot of people do, but definitely know your options, okay? Get an idea, because I was completely clueless about that. So don't have mental breakdowns, which understatement of the year, isn't it? Trust me, we've shed tears here and there because we're getting a bit stressed out near the mocks, you know. Mocks feels like, if you've had mocks in the past, it feels like that, but you're just having them way more often in year 11, because you're leading up to things, so every like half term or so, aren't you? You know, they are draining mentally because you're sat in a room for nearly the whole day, because you treat them like the real GCSEs, nearly the whole day in silence with your brain. And I just find myself talking a lot to myself in my head in that room. I'm not gonna lie to you. You just have a little relationship with yourself when you're just in that room. As long as you know that you've done your work, you've done your revision, you're going to be less mentally drained than the other, especially if you've done it in advance, like you've always been doing it little and often. At the end of the day, it is mock. You have time to improve, whether that is just before GCSEs or it's ages away, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. If you're one of those people, I know it's like, I'm one of those people, I get too hard on myself. You have time to improve. It's never too late. Don't focus on the past, focus on the future, right? Just know that you tried your best at the time in that room. That's what I always think of. If I didn't do enough revision, or I feel like I didn't, I'm just like, well, in that room, in that exam hall, at that moment, forget what happened in the past, I tried. It's the last year, okay? It's the last year. Sorry, I'm gonna get emotional. I get emotional of everything, okay, so like don't worry about just, you know. But school, I'm already starting to miss it, you know. I haven't been in school for about 2 to 3 months now, and I think when we had that last day, we found out 2 days before, all throughout my year 11 and all throughout school basically, I was so excited to get out of that place. Like, I literally thought like it was like a prison. You will miss it, trust me. Even if you're so excited to go to college like I am, I'm so stoked to go to college, you will miss school, and you will miss the atmosphere and the school environment and community and your friends, and just that school feeling, just being at school where everyone cares about you, you don't have any responsibilities. So don't take year 11 for advantage, alright? Please actually enjoy it, even though it may be hard. Please actually do enjoy year 11, because it's your last year. You want it to be memorable, make memories. Well, I'm not telling you to do like gangster stuff, but live your best life. You don't want to say your school life was boring looking back, do ya? No. Don't let the stress overtake the year 11 experience, because you're not going to remember the tests, you know, you're going to remember the memories in the classroom and stuff like that. So yeah. Yes! Okay, please give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know any other video ideas, because as always, I'm struggling with video ideas today. My outro has my Instagram. Please give it a follow. I've been really active on that lately since this whole thing is going on. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!